To a large extent, a safe haven, as well as the obvious features of you can come and have a good meal rather than just whatever happens to be available as extras.
The bottom line is that these are folk who would have been outside in the cold, in the rain, in the snow, in the frost, and they've been inside, they've been warmed, they've been fed, they've been looked after, they've been valued. The numbers attending and folk coming back night after night, which has been the experience, probably is enough, speaks volumes about what they think about the service.
Especially in this weather, at least they know that they've got some place that's dry, that's warm, even for one night. Some place where they can get a good meal, a good night's sleep to face the next day.
These guys are coming in and they're weather beaten, they're fatigued, they're stressed, they're hungry. One guy said to me this, when he came in last night, "I've not eaten anything since breakfast this morning, I only got 2 bits of toast." And then he sat down and had a 3-course meal. That's what it brings. And then he knows that he can go and wash up in the toilet. He knows if he needs socks or toiletries, we can provide that. He knows that he can sit down at night and shut his eyes and no one's going to have a cheap shot at him during the night. He's in a safe environment, a clean environment, a warm environment.
Even for 2 weeks in the winter, that's been 2 weeks where these people have been sustained and revived somewhat so that they will cope better with the next few weeks that they might not have done before. And maybe in that time of sustenance and revival, they've perhaps been able to step up a little bit out of their situation.
The care shelter's been working great. A lot of folk are very grateful for that. And it's just a shame that it's not something that could be extended.
If you've got a hard day's work ahead of you, you need a good night's sleep. If you've got a hard day's survival ahead of you, it's essential. Somebody said to me last night, this place has been a godsend, and I probably would agree with them.
We were just busy while the guests were here, actually serving the food, making sure they had what they wanted and what they needed. And that's when it really struck you that something so easily put together was so gratefully received.
Our folks have been providing the evening meal for the guests who have been coming, and some of them who have maybe been able to just chat with folk, give them a welcome, make them feel at home, and then in the morning sending them off with their breakfast.
I've been involved now 5 nights, and so therefore I've seen them come and seen others not come back, seen others come back. And when you wake up at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning and hear the wind and the rain and know that that's when they're getting up to go back out on the streets and they've been out all day, they need some place to go.
Last night we've had 50 different people using the service, and beds will probably be up to about 160.
We do have experienced Bethany staff who are on site all the time. That really provides a great deal of comfort.
We were helped, and Bethany staff were here all the time, and that made it secure, and there was a certain authority with that as well.
I put my trust in the Lord and in Bethany, because they've been doing it so long down in Edinburgh that they knew what they were doing. Absolutely
delighted. I've been more blessed than I could ever imagined, and very overwhelmed of the attitudes by all involved, and that includes the people that have used the service, the people that have provided the service.
Staff here are extremely helpful, and the volunteers, nothing's too much.
They're brilliant. They help you out, they help the homeless, and I really appreciate what they do.
It's been very easy to run the care shelter in regards to the catering facilities, the facilities that we've used in the various nights, because of the overwhelming willingness and support given from the teams all involved. The food has been exceptional and plentiful, and there's been a real willingness from all of the volunteers to not just sit behind counters. They've done the practical and organisational side of preparing the food, but there's a real willingness to then go out and share the food, sit down, spend some time with the guys and girls that have used the shelter, and I think that's what's made it a success.
It really is a great project, it really is.
This is something anybody who is willing to do it can do it. It doesn't require great skills in a sense. It's a willingness, a good heart. If you can say hello to somebody, if you can give somebody a smile, if you can serve a cup of coffee, I think most of us can stretch to that.
But just having the idea of a care shelter won't work unless you have willingness and a can-do attitude.
Be able to listen to people and listen to their stories without judging them.
You're not asked to be anything that you're not. It's just to give a cheery smile, warm food, a bit of laugh and joke with them.
In my experience so far, it's been quite easygoing and quite fulfilling as well.
I would say yes, really experience it, because you learn so much from the experience, not just about others but about yourself as well. Just finding out their stories, you realise actually that they're just the same as you and I, and it could just as easily have been you or I in that position, and that's really humbling. Definitely would encourage others to do it, to experience that, because you really do then appreciate what we do have and a real sense of gratitude for what we do have.